Trip to Lowe's. Guess what my car smells like? Let me roll all the windows down. This is epic. Ciao. Crazy that literally yesterday I could have had on a sundress and today I have on a coat. But that's neither here nor there. It's Michigan. Welcome to good old Michigan. But listen, today my whole devotional was about, like, I think the whole thing is about thinking toxic thoughts. And I have been like talking to people to be like, hey, why don't you change your thinking? Don't think like this, think this. And I didn't know it was so hard. Like, I didn't know so many people battle with thinking positive thoughts. I'm thinking like, everybody got to be like this. Everybody is not like this. I will always find the positive in every situation. And I don't know if that's because I've been programmed to do that for so long. It's just what I do. I never think of the negative thought first. So when I tell other people this, it's almost like they looking like, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. If I got something to do, my first thought is never what won't happen. It's how I can get it done. It is never, it won't happen. It's never, I can't do it. It's never that. It's never that. It's always, okay, so surely it can't be that hard, can it? What I gotta do? Let me figure it out. And then the second thing is, I don't talk myself out of it, because I think that's the first human nature thing to do. Talk yourself out of it. And I do not talk myself out of anything. I'll just do it. And sometimes that scares people too, because I won't think twice about it. If God be like, run across the street, I just take off running. Whole life. I live in that space. I'm always trying to think of like, hey, if God told me to do this, tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll ask no questions. It's always in my prayer to pray to hear God's voice, so I know what to do and make the right decisions, because I'm not the brilliant person here. God is the brilliant person. I'm just a humble vessel trying to do the good Lord's will, because if that's what's in my cup for me to swallow, let me just do it. Because I would rather do what God says than feel the wrath of not doing what God told me to do and getting punished, because that's what I'm not trying to do. So I did not know it was that hard for people to think positive thoughts. So that might be something that I have to challenge everybody. Like, and it said, we think, how many, did you remember the number? It said like 33,000 thoughts a day. Between 22 and 33,000 thoughts a day is how much people think, which turns out to be like 22 to 3,300 thoughts an hour. That is a lot of thoughts. And if everything that you think of, the first thing you think is pessimistic, you literally trained your brain to think negative thoughts. And so, like, I challenge everybody to get out of that. It's not a good place to be. It's not happy. If you think everything that you do, everything is gonna be wrong, and it's gonna be wrong, like, that's pretty jacked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, let the church say amen. But test your thinking. See how often, what did it say? We should think of things that is just, true, things that are lovely. It's a whole list of things how we're supposed to think in the Bible, and it's crazy because all the instructions are in the book that nobody want to read. But like, it's like, think of, so a man thinketh, so he becomes. So whatever you think is what you're gonna be. If you only think negative thoughts, you only gonna, whatever you think is exactly. And then, like, in the devotion today, it gave names of like writers, theologians, artists, people that say, people that are regular commoners that are saying the same thing, but it's the same thing. It's like whatever you think is what you will become. So if you think you're a failure, you're going to be a failure because that's what you thought. If you think you're not good at something, and that's what you say, that's what you're speaking life over. So I thought that was interesting today to read about that, but to also like realize like, girl, everybody don't think like this. I don't want to only breathe positivity because it's easier to breathe positivity than it is to be sitting around being negative all the time. That's some more food for thought, I guess. Let's talk about signs when you are doing way too much. It is 2:26. It is 2:26 a.m. I woke up out of my humble slumber, and in waking up out of my humble slumber, I realized I had turned the water on to water my new trees that we planted in the ground, and I didn't turn them off. I had to turn those on at like 8 o'clock. So that means my water has been running from 8 p.m. until 2:25 this morning. Like I fell asleep. I woke up out of a good sleep. Good sleep. In a startled moment because I was like, who turned the water off? Nobody, because nobody knew you turned it on except the trees. Walking outside the yard is fully moisturized. That's all I got because there lies my anger. At 2:27 a.m. Hopped up the bed, ran down the stairs, told my husband, listen for me, I'm going outside in the dark. First off, in the name of Jesus, nobody's about to come after me. But I'm like, listen for me, I'm going outside. Wake up out of your sleep because I forgot to turn the water on. He's like, what? I was like, I remember turning the water on, and I do not remember turning it off because I fell asleep on the couch. So I'm currently pissed, but it is what it is. Y'all be blessed.